Hello, Royal Republic. Welcome to the hottest press conference you'll probably ever attend.
It's insane.
At least we've got fans up here.
I'm Neil, by the way, from the UK, from Total Rock. I just wanted to ask you as well, Hellfest has a lot of big metal bands. You guys bring the party, you bring the dance moves. Do you think that the Hellfest audience are ready for you? And I also want to ask a follow-up question. Who in the band has the best dance moves?
That would be me, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You want to
sure.
see him now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do the worm.
Am I doing this?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, keep that thing going.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't keep a beat that long, dude.
All right. Okay.
Do the worm.
Yeah. Nice on us.
All right.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hi. Merci beaucoup for the festival. My name is Dawn. I'm from America, and I'm here at
Hello.
Hellfest. And I wanted to ask a question. How has it been since your last Hellfest? What have you guys been working on?
We never did Hellfest before.
Well, then I've been misinformed.
This is
So
our first
how
time.
have you been?
Yeah, we
How are you
wanted to
enjoying
do
the
Very
festival?
more
good. For our
Hellfest.
whole life leading up to this point, ups and downs,
How are
strikes
you-
and gutters.
Fantastic. And what can we expect with your new album?
We don't know yet.
No,
we have no idea.
there is no new album, right? Or did I miss out on this?
No. But we have a new single out called Venus from Shocking Blue. It's a cover.
It's a good cover.
We don't really know what to expect. That's the funny thing about being in this band. It's like everybody expects us to have this grand plan, but we're just kind of motoring along and putting the track in front of the train as we go.
We are as surprised as everyone else
Yeah.
when we release something.
Yeah, the only thing we can say is basically expect the unexpected, because
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. My name's Dawn of the Underground from All Rock. Thank you very much.
you
Welcome
so
to
much.
Europe, Dawn.
Hi guys, Eamon from Eon Music in Ireland here. It's very multicultural today, isn't it?
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
like it.
Love it.
I suppose I got a multicultural question for you. Love Cop has one of your highest charting albums in your home country of Sweden.
Really?
4 albums in a row that have charted. You've also had your highest charting album in Germany. What does that success mean to you?
How come no one tells us these things? I had no idea.
I
That
guess-
sounds awesome.
I need to work for your label.
Yeah.
I feel there's our label exec.
Björn, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
The current label exec, not the ex-exec. He
Keep
does.
the success away from the band. It will
Yeah.
make them work harder.
Yeah, it's like you have to do better. I guess they want us to do better all the time, so they don't tell us. But we can see it in the ticket sales and the people that show up and the streaming revenue. That was a joke. But
We can almost buy ourselves a cheeseburger now.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, we love it. I love every step forward, and I also love the steps back, especially
You
when I
said that
step.
before. What do you mean by that? Like,
The thing that happened in 2020 that nobody wants to talk about, like
okay. And then you love
stepping out of
back
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Uh,
This is like a therapy session.
Yeah, I know. Hottest therapy session ever.
Hi guys, I'm Elisa from the Road to Rock in the UK. Hi,
Hello.
You just said you don't plan anything. How did you get the band together? And when you first formed, did you know what direction you wanted to take?
My part was basically, I just got a phone call. And then we all knew of each other. We didn't know each other when we were at music academy, like really super posh. It sounds very posh. And then I think Adam had an idea, like, to form a band, and he just looked around, like, who amongst all the drummers might play battery the best? It's got to be Per. And who is the greatest rock poser? It's got to be Hannes.
Who has the best dance moves?
Yeah, and who has the thickest neck? That's me.
Yeah. No, we start like Adam wanted to start a band, so he quit the university, and then he went back to the university like 6 months later, and said, "Okay, do you want to be in the band? Do you want to be in the band? Do you want to be in the band?" And That's kind of how it started.
Yeah, that's what it was. We didn't know each other. It was really weird, actually. Looking
Yeah.
back, the first couple of rehearsals, it was just like
Yeah.
we played a couple of songs, and then there was silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like playing music always felt great with this setup. Like we added one band member at a time, and it was just instant chemistry every time, and then everything else kind of came out of that. I mean, obviously now we've known each other for a long time, been through some stuff together.
Yeah, it's like a second family nowadays.
Yeah.
But, you know, with all the nice stuff and the bad stuff.
Thank you.
I do have one question about the, you said about Music Academy, because in Sweden, when you are young, it's really easy to learn music, play, have some space, etc., etc. And last year we were talking with Elin from Blues Pills, and she said that things have been evolved in the wrong way. Do you have more information about that? And what do you think also about that? Because Sweden was a really strong country, pushing young talents to really make it as a living after that.
I think there is some with the people in place in Swedish government right now. There is some cutting back on the whole cultural education thing, which is obviously very sad. And there's a lot of people being very frustrated about this, us included, I guess, or at least me.
Because we all started in that school, you know. I started playing drums when I was 8 years old. Somebody said, "Hey, what do you want to play?" And then you could go and learn, or do you want to play an instrument? And then I said, drums.
Yeah, and it was free for all. I started playing classical piano. And you were just on your way, sort of.
Yeah, and it's really sad that that disappears, because all of the successful musicians from Sweden went through that same education system.
So I think she's onto something. It is a little, it's sad.
And I heard Lisa Nilsson, that's a Swedish artist that sings in Swedish. But she says, you know, when you start cutting back on culture, you're also like cutting back on mental health, because a lot of people like use music to, and we hear that a lot too. Like, we never thought this band would mean anything to anybody, you know, singing about underwear and making silly puns about, you know, innuendos and stuff. But people come up to us all the time and say, like, hey, you really helped me get through some tough times. And I think that's something that, you know, you're investing not just in music, you're investing in a bunch of other things as well. And I think that's important, more and more important.
Yeah, and I mean, being given the opportunity to actually do something productive and good with your spare time when you're 14, 15, 16, I mean, that means the world. Who knows what we would have been doing if it wasn't for us being in the rehearsal room.
Just crack cocaine and
Probably.
smashing windows.
Yeah. Sweden is a legendary country for artists and for the music that's coming out of it. You've got Ghost, you've got ABBA, you've got Max Martin. What's it like to be standing up with those people, and does that push you?
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Does it inspire you? Is there a Swedish act that you're like, we would like to be like those, or does it make it tougher to stand up against that type of competition, I guess?
Well,
I think they kind of paved the way, actually,
Yes.
for people and bands like us, because from when we were kids, we knew that it was actually a career choice. You could actually make a living making music. And it wasn't like frowned upon, and it's not so much like go get a real job, get a haircut, get a job. It's not like that in Sweden, because we have so many great artists and successful songwriters and producers, so people know that you can actually make a living, and it's worth taking a shot at it. So
And we all come from small cities, and all of the other bands come from small cities, because there's nothing else to do. So you can either, you know, do crack cocaine or be in a band.
what's this thing about crack cocaine all of a sudden?
It's a metal festival, man.
Are we back
I'm
on
trying
the-
to speak the language.
We're back on the therapy session. Intervention.
Hello, this is Dawn from All Rock again. I just wanted to know who the genius was behind the video creations, because I loved watching them. So
Awesome.
who was a genius for the ideas?
If we're talking about Venus, that was basically, we had the song first, and then Adam called us, the rest of the band. We had a band meeting, and it's like, to be able to make some sort of success with the song, we need moving material nowadays. It doesn't cut it anymore. We're just releasing a song. Everybody like, yeah, we do. And then we just try to figure out, just brainstorming. And then we came up with like, what about corpse paint? We haven't done that before, so let's give that a go. And what about a love story with corpse paint? Now we're talking. Now we're cooking, and it just kind of like naturally evolved. And basically, we kind of had the script done on the morning when we started shooting.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of improvisation as well. It was as always, a tight budget and on a tight time schedule. So, but we are super happy with the result as well.
Well,
It's weird how we're on such a tight budget, knowing that we're number one.
Yeah, we're charting like.
Isn't it?
Oh, hey, having a good time, Björn.
I was talking to some fan that asked me, like, if you're called the Blast Beaters, then why are you hanging up posters that say Royal Republic? And I'm like, you've overthought this like way more than we have. We really like the train, and the track is coming down in front of the train. There was nobody had the idea that it was called the Blast Beaters when we made the video.
No.
That came later, and yeah, that's kind of how we operate. Operate is not really the right word.
Oh, that was some mess.
Yeah. Survive.
Guys, you recently played Call of the Wild Festival in the UK. Was the UK market quite an important scene for you to crack, and are there any other countries you're trying to make it in the minute?
I would say every market is an important market for us. So, but of course, UK is super important, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, but it was great, and it was also like our own shows in UK is also a lot of fun. And I remember the first time we were going over to the UK, we were a bit nervous, like, hey, we're from Sweden, we're talking a bit broken English and all that stuff. And we were hoping, like, what will they think about our lyrics and the stuff we say? But you liked it, so we keep coming back.
We do. Come back again.
I remember the first time we went to the UK, actually, management wrote us an email saying, can you put out a press release about your first time in the UK, and please make it like very respectful. Remember that this country has a lot of the best rock acts throughout history. And I remember me writing, I was like shaking, like, we loved Led Zeppelin and the Beatles, and we're so humble we get to go to your beautiful country. And we are, but still, that was funny.
Amazing. Thank you.
I guess we're done. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
What was the first part of your first question? Because I felt like we just moved. Hannes did some dance moves, and then we.
It was just to talk about playing a kind of a real metal festival. You've done Bloodstock in the past. You're here at Hellfest. There's lots of circle pits. There's lots of like aggression, and you bring the party moves. Is that a weird one for you?
It's the best kind of vibe for us, I would say.
I think we always like a challenge. And when we played Bloodstock, like, 2 summers ago, it was amazing. We walked out, there was a packed crowd at, 12:30 in the day, corpse painted with, like, decapitated T-shirts. And when we started playing Baby, they were all like... and then you're like, okay, cool. And then we did the signing session.
Yeah.
And again, these people with, like, corpse paint and, like, Cannibal Corpse shirts and tattoos and piercings. And they were like... Can I have your autograph? Yeah. But like really polite. It's really awesome. So I always like being on this kind of festival. I think metal people always appreciate good live music. A lot of them are like, there's not a, you know, they talk about their growling. They talk about their drums, blast beats. They have names for every kind of thing, like pig squeal. He has a great pig squeal.
Yeah, the best in the business.
Yeah. And then we come along and we're like, think about it every now and then.
And smiling.
Yeah. But it's I mean, when we did Bloodstock, we were sitting backstage and it was like one dark act after another walking up, and it's like, ugh. And then we come along and it just feels, even to us, it felt like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I've never felt like a breath of fresh air in my life, but, you know. I do all the time, actually.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.